My name is Bob Baumann of Big Bobby's Q, and welcome to another episode of Wise Guys Barbecue. Today, we're going to be going over our competition chicken thighs process. What we have here is we have some Nature's Promise, which is actually a Stop and Shop brand, but it's really Springer Mountain chicken. As you can see the little emblem here. The reason I'd have to say probably 75% of barbecue teams out there are using the Springer Mountain brand chicken for their cooks. Thighs, drums, wings, they're probably using Springer Mountain. The reason for that is consistency. It's a good chicken. It's all natural. The fat content is not overwhelming and it doesn't lack. It's just very consistent chicken. I go to Stop and Shop here in New England to purchase these thighs because of the size. They really have nice packages of good quality size. This one here weighs just over 2 pounds, which is important, and we'll get into that in a second when we start to trim. At a normal competition, we do 16. That way it gives us plenty of opportunity to be picky and pick the right ones that look the best and will impress the judges. But today we're only going to be cooking 8. What I like to do here is get out our package. What you're looking for is some nice skin. That's really what you're looking for. A lot of the skin will get trimmed out, but you're looking for, nice skin, no big rips, no big tears, good color. Those slim pickings the other day, I usually get them a week before a competition. So what I like to do is I remove the skin. We have a boning knife, and I just go through, look quickly, kind of remove all this excess fat. And this is where our real trimming comes into play, is with a set of poultry shears. I look for this fat seam that makes the top of a T. So you got a fat seam that comes like this, and then it crosses over right there. What I do is I come in here with my kitchen shears or my poultry shears, and I knock that end of the bone right off. I always check because sometimes there's a little extra bone. We get in there and we trim that right off. Next, what I like to do is the knuckle. I want to knock that down just like that. So that way it lays flatter. If not, it would be kind of tilted up just a little bit. So we're looking for a good presentation. That's all this step is. Trim off the excess fat, square this edge off. I can tell you that this one right here is a little on the smaller side, so we're not going to do much trimming. Because I weigh every piece of chicken as I trim and get my scale going here. What I'm looking for is around 5 ounces. So I got 5 5/8 of an ounce. I can trim off 5/8. Sometimes I go in here and this bit right here, kind of trim that off. Look at it, see how it is. Kind of ease the corners a little bit. Okay, 5 3/8. Can do a little more. Basically, the concept of the weighing is to have even chickens during the cook, so they cook all the same, and also too for presentation. That way, they all look identical. Now, during the cooking process, some will swell up more than others, and the skin and things like that will come into play. But what I'm looking for is just a consistent size. That measured 5 1/8 of an ounce. So I'm going to say that that's pretty good. Looking at these are kind of, this might be now that I look at it, this one might be a little small there. Okay, next step, what I like to do is take the skin, fat side up, kind of stretch it out, see what you got. Knock this off right here. Knock this off right there. See, you could see that this chicken, there's not much fat on this one, but I still like to go through, like it's a little thick right there, usually on the edges. That's where you gotta be careful a little bit right there. This, I know that this knife should be retired. It's got a little burr at the end. Get a little. So once we got that, but then we just take it and we make a little kind of burrito shape. There you go. That's our process. So my next step is what I like to do. I don't know. This is a meat tenderizer called Jacquard. Basically, it's a whole bunch of sharp-ended little blades, and what that does is puncture the food. But my theory is when all right. So just like a piece of paper that's perforated, when the judge takes a bite, it's already pre-perforated, and they just bite and it breaks right out, pulls right out. So that's my theory on why I use a Jacquard. But anyways, so that's the process. Prep. So when I get the competition after this, I vacuum seal them, and I show up the competition, and I'll have vacuum seals of 8 in each package, and we're ready to go.